Hello, friends. Welcome to BuzzBite. Today, I have brought up with a new topic. It's on Zen. The topic is Zen Doge. So we are going to talk about Zen Doge. As you all know, the way the entire Zen Doge or entire Zen ecosystem is the way it's growing, and every day new users are onboarding into this. There is a lot of buzz around it, and the prices are expected to rise. And you also know that some of you might know that Zen ecosystem is growing. Currently, it is on around 10 to 11 platforms. Exactly, I don't know, but I think it's around 10 to 11 platforms. Actually, we can go and see. If you go to Zen's .network, you can see here roughly it's around 9 10 platforms are active, and then you have on Pulse Chain, testnet version 4, which is currently under testing. And then X1 is a DevNet. XN is the token for X1. So that is also in the pipeline. So as you know, Zen has got a wide ecosystem, and this video particularly I'm going to talk about ZenDoge, which is expected or slated to be coming out around 20th of May this month, which is 28th of May this month. So this video I'm going to touch upon mostly around about Zen, not so much about ZenDoge, but the topic of for today video would be what would be the price of Zen when the ZenDoge launches. Okay, so we are not going to talk about price of ZenDoge. Let's make it very clear here at the outset itself. I am going to talk about mostly about price of Zen, because the reason why I'm not going to talk about the price or not going to give a price prediction about ZenDoge is because this is a meme coin, and meme coin behave in a very unexpected manner, as you would have seen in the market currently. All the meme coins are on the fire, starting with Pepe, right? PEP. Then you have other meme coins like Poo and several others where the prices are skyrocketing, right? So we can't say anything about a meme coin price. We can't predict it based on data. I mean, based on the data around Zen. Of course, if you try to benchmark with the market, then probably you can come up with some figure. But I don't want to make a wild guess. So this video is more about price prediction about Zen, right? As the Zen Doge minting starts, whether it is on 20th May or earlier than that, then how is the price of Zen going to behave? So I'll be, as part of this video, I'll be giving a lot of data to support, to substantiate my point, and then we'll get into the price of Zen. And I would also lay out how I'm going to play this out, right? This whole Zen Doge launch, as it goes move from one tier to another. And for some of you who are trying to invest or trying to mint Zen Doge, this video would be very beneficial because you would know exactly how the price movement would happen, and whether you should invest completely, or, I mean, let's say you have a 20 million Zen tokens. Should you invest the entire 20 million into a Zen Doge, or should you do kind of 50-50, like 50% you invest and 50% as the price skyrocket, you can actually sell it, right? So there are different strategies people are there to play. And again, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just how I'm going to play it out and what is my understanding of this entire ecosystem, especially around this ZenDoge launch that I'm going to talk about. Okay, so before I start off, if you could like and subscribe the video, it will be very helpful because it will help me to launch or come up with a future video, because there's a lot of time and investment that goes in terms of doing the research. And I've been almost daily on the Twitter, and I've been studying the ecosystem of Zen very closely. So there's a lot of time which is being spent. So definitely, if you like and subscribe, that would be really, I would be really grateful to you. Okay, so let's start with let's talk first about Zen Doge. What is Zen Doge? And then what are the different things which is in pipeline as part of this launch, and this will give you a basic understanding about XenDoge, and then we will see into the different tier and how it will have an impact on the Zen price. So if you talk about XenDoge, this is a light paper which you can actually find it out on XenDoge website, which is XenDoge.network. Okay, and here on the top you'll find the light paper. So I have already opened it up. So this is the XenDoge light paper. So quickly I will go through quickly this document, because I don't want to invest too much of time. I want to come to the main focus of how are you going to play this, and what would be the price prediction for Zen Doge once it launches. Okay, so this is an ERC20 token on Ethereum network, with its supply starting from zero. So important thing is to note is that there is no pre-allocation. Nobody is going to get allocation of XenDoge prior to the launch. So it's a very fair launch. It starts from zero. So basically the way it gets created is through minting process. Okay, so you burn the Zen. Either you would have minted Zen, or if you buy from the market, then basically you have a supply of Zen. So you can burn the Zen to get the Zen Doge. That's the way it's going to function. It sounds like the way we are minting Zen, or burning Zen to get Zen Doge. It sounds to me like as if we are printing money. For example, we know we have centralized agency across the world in every country which prints money, right? But with this decentralization, especially with cryptocurrency, the way the decentralization of the entire ecosystem has happened, it seems to me that we have become the minter, or we have become the uh, printer, I would say, of the currency. It sounds very strange, but that's the reality, because the way the tokens are being minted, and that gives you a monetary value to it. It's similar to saying that we are printing money. So anyway, coming back to, so this is an ERC 20 token on the Ethereum network, with supply starts from zero. The maximum capped supply of XenDoge is 50 billion tokens. Okay, so it's not that it goes into trillions of tokens. Like for example, if you look at Pepe, I believe it is around if you go to Pepe, and if you look at what is the total supply of Pepe tokens, I can see here it's a 420 trillion max supply. Okay, whereas if you talk about XenDoge, right, it has maximum capped supply of 50 billion tokens, and it's a meme coin. So you need to understand the potential this coin has, especially at the time it is coming out. Okay, with a 50 billion capped supply, and also there is no pre-allocation. It's a very fair distribution, or very fair mint, right? And everybody has a equal participation in terms, equal chance of getting these tokens by burning Zen. So it's a very fair launch, I would say. Okay, so then if you come down, the way Jack Levin talks about, the way the Zen Doge got the entire why it was created, right? So it was inspired by Jack Levin's rescued dog. He rescued a dog. I don't know the breed of the dog, but he rescued a dog, and that basically inspired him. And the dog is still he has the dog in his house right now, because he keeps posting the pictures on the Twitter. So I very closely follow. But the important thing is, he always emphasizes on the first principle of cryptocurrencies, right? And also for XenDoge, it has a good cause, which is basically saving animals and providing them with the care, right? So talking about the first principle of cryptocurrencies, which probably I'll get into more details later in probably subsequent video. But some of the basic important features of first principle of cryptocurrency is that it is completely decentralized. It is there is no pre-allocations. It is more like a people's currency. There is a fair distributions, no VC involvement. Okay, so these are some of the things, features, or some of the things which I would say that which will categorize it into a kind of following the first principle of cryptocurrency. But there is more to it, like for example permissionless, stateless, and there are several things. If you go to their website, which is another website called Zen.pub. Let's go quickly, then I can show you the place where you can actually read about what is Zen crypto. Okay, so it's like a permissionless, transparent, on-chain, trustless. So these are the qualities, I would say, the factors which basically qualifies it to be a following a first principle of cryptocurrency. So as I said, I don't want to get into this because each one of these is a vast topic. We need to understand it in much more detail. So the purpose of this video is not that. Coming back to XenDoge light paper. So we talked about why it was inspired. Then what is the max cap supply of XenDoge, which is 50 billion. Okay, and it is based upon this particular XenDoge, which is coming out on Ethereum chain. It's based on the ERC20 Ethereum chain or network, but I believe they are going to come out on the other platforms. I saw some Twitter messages from, I think, Jack Levin, or maybe on the Zendoge Twitter site, which is, you can go to twitter.com Zendoge token. This is their Twitter handle, and they have around 3,323 followers. So you can get a lot of updates and news information about Zendoge, as they are saying that they are officially live on the X1 DevNet. So what you see here on the X1 DevNet, this is actually so this is Zendoge.network. This is actually a DevNet. It's not a mainnet. It's not yet launched, but you can get a good idea, feel about uh, you know how it's going to work out. It says that so many have minted out of 50 billion supply, which is basically on the dev system. Okay, it also has a feature, or tab to, you can optionally donate Xen, or I would say this would be Ethereum when the mainnet launches. This won't be Xen. Xen is a token for X1 platform, which Jack is going to come out in the future. So this will be mostly Ethereum. You can make a donation through Ethereum for the cause that inspired him, right? Now coming back to the light paper, so we gave you overview. Now during the mint, what this says that for every 1,000 Zen tokens you burn, you will receive one Zen Doge plus bonus. And I'll come to the bonus, how the bonus gets determined. Okay, bonus is based upon the different tier systems. We'll come to that. But the point here is that, let's say you invest 1 million Zen, right? 1 million is basically 6 0 after 1, right? So if you invest 1 million, you will get 1,000 Zen Doge plus bonus. And as I said, bonus will come down. It's mentioned in the light papers. We'll come to that. And maximum supply of Zen Doge is capped at 50 billion tokens that we already talked about. Okay, and it also says that once the limit is reached, that is, once we reach 50 billion tokens, the minting process will cease, obviously, because that's the max that we are talking about here. This is the inspiration that we talked about. You can see the dog which Jack rescued, right? Very inspiring, very touching, actually. So this has got a very tremendous, very good cause. Okay. Now let's. He talked about optional Ethereum donation to save animals. So we talked about that. And now let's come to first principle. We already touched upon it: fairness, transparency, no payment, no team allocation, no central authority. Right? It's a completely decentralized project with no single point of control. Okay, so the project remains true to the core principle of cryptocurrencies and foster a truly decentralized ecosystem. So nobody can change, alter the contract of this project or do anything with it. Nobody can stop it. It's immutable, right? So these are some of the features of, or I would say, first crypto first principles, which Zendoge adheres by. Okay, so now let's come to the bonus system, right? So it says that that for the first 0 to 15% of the supply minted, okay, you will get 1500% bonus. And then next year is 15 to 25% of the supply minted, you'll get 1000% bonus. So first 0 to 15% of the supply basically means that if you that calculation he has given here, which is basically out of 50 billion, if you mint for the first 7.5 billion Zen Doge, right? If you mint till that supply is reached, if you burn Zen, let's say you burn 1 million Zen, then effectively, as I said, you get 1000 Zen plus bonus. That's what we talked about just now, right? So for 1 million Zen that you burn, you'll get 1000 Zen Doge plus bonus. Bonus is 1500%. So what is the 1500% of 1000? It is 15,000. So total you get 16,000 Zen Doge. Similarly, for the next tier, so once let's say you reach 7.5 billion of Zen Doge is already minted, right? Then you fall into the second tier, which is 15 to 25%, right? So second tier, if you look down, it's basically for the next 5 billion Zen Doge, right? For the next 5 billion Zen Doge, you will get 1000% bonus. So again here, let's say you are minting within this tier, and if you burn 1 million Zen tokens, you will get 1000 Zen Doge plus additional 10,000 Zen Doge as a bonus. So effectively, you'll be getting 11,000 Zen Doge, right? That's how it's going to work. So I have an Excel sheet which tells you exactly for each tier, if you mint within each tier, how much you're going to get. That we will get into that. So coming to this, these are the different tiers: 0 to 15%, 15 to 25%. What is the amount of number of Zen Doge that will be minted within each tier? Okay, and the next page you get, it tells you for each tier, like 0 to 15% of the supply, how much Zen will be burned. Okay, this is very important because this will actually tell you on a tier by tier basis that let's say you are in the second tier, which is 15 to 25% of the supply. That basically means that 500 billion Zen has already been burned, so your total supply goes down by 500 billion, right? And let's say you come to the third tier, which basically means that we have burnt 500 billion plus 454.545 billion, which is effectively 1 trillion tokens of 1 trillion Zen. So effectively your total supply of Zen will come down by 1 trillion, right? So this is how this tier systems is based, and I have explained that in the Excel sheet that you look at here. Okay, so if you look at here, I have created these different tier system, tier 1 through 13, and these are the different tier that we just talked about: 0 to 15%, 15 to 25%. It goes all the way till 95 to 100%. I think I made a mistake here, sorry. Okay, so it goes all the way complete supply, right? And in this whole process, if you just take a sum of the Zen burn, it is 17.78 trillion. Okay, what is the current supply? It is 11 trillion. Okay, so it sounds very strange, and at the same times it's very very puzzling, and mind-blowing, I would say that okay, your current supply as on today of Zen is around 11 trillion, and using Zen Doge, if we burn the entire 100% of the supply of Zen Doge, you will effectively be burning around 17.78 trillion. How is it possible? Okay, so we'll get into that. Okay, so what I have done is, in this Excel sheet, just to give you a brief overview, this is the current Zen price, which I actually took it from coin market cap, which is 0.50 and then 4146, right? And this is the total supply of Zen, which actually I took it on their website, which is zen.network, right? If you go here, on the Ethereum, that is here. If you go here on the Ethereum mainnet, you will see the total supply as 11.059 trillion, right? So roughly around that, I have taken this figure, which is 11.059 trillion, which is the current supply. If you multiply these two, which is the which gives you the current market cap. So current market cap is around 45.85 million dollar, right? Now, mm, important thing to mention here is that before I believe, I may be wrong here, but my assumption is that before the launch of Zen Doge, there is another launch which is happening on the Zen ecosystem, which is another token called Phoenix, which has already launched on Polygon. I think it got launched on 29th of April, but on Ethereum mainnet, right? The Phoenix is going to launch on 13th of May. Okay, and my calculation says that for Polygon, it burnt around I think more than 4 trillion of Zen. Okay, so my calculation and assumption here is that it should be Phoenix should be burning around 1 trillion of Zen on Ethereum. Okay, so keeping that assumption into mind, I'm expecting that the current supply should it should dip to around 10 trillion. But if you also factor in additionally, say additionally, I would say around no, this will be additionally, if you factor in that additional 500 billion tokens get minted. So people would have who would have come in, who would have initiated their mint. Their mint could be getting mature during this period. So let's assume that though Phoenix, burns 1 trillion of Zen, but there is additional 500 billion tokens of Zen gets minted. Okay, so effectively, we will be sitting at 10.5 trillion of Zen on day zero. What I mean by day zero is basically before Zen Doge gets launched, but it is assuming that Phoenix would have launched before day zero. So before Zen Doge gets launched, your Phoenix on Ethereum would have got launched. That's the assumption. Okay, and so I'm keeping at current supply at 10.5 sorry, the 10 I'm on day zero, I'm keeping the supply at 10.5 trillion of Zen, and assume that because of Phoenix launch, because the supply is going to get cut, right, supply is going to get reduced. I'm expecting that, and also with the hype around XenDoge, the price will move from the current 0.50, then 41462 to 0.506. So that's my assumption. Okay, so with this assumption, before XenDoge gets launched, my market cap would be around 63 million. Okay, now let's go tier by tier and understand how does it impact the Zen price. And also for this calculation, I'm assuming that the market cap of Zen is going to remain same, which is 63 million, as we move from tier 1 to tier 13. That may not be correct assumption, but this you can think of it more of a conservative approach. The market cap could grow, and the reason for that is, as the Zen is going to get burned, the supply is going to reduce, which will basically increase the price of Zen, right? So as the price of Zen increases on a tier by tier basis or on a day by day basis, what is going to happen is, on coinmarketcap.com or on CoinGecko, it's going to attract major attention, right? Because it will show people that, okay, this token is increasing maybe 10% or 20% in price. So this may bring in additional users into the ecosystem, which can in turn expand its base and also the market price. So effectively, more user comes and joins, your ecosystem is going to grow, your total market cap is going to go over a period of time. Okay, so this analysis is based upon the assumption that your market cap is going to remain same as we move from tier 1 to tier 13, which may not be the case with additional users. The market cap itself 63 million could become 70 million or 80 million. In that case, the the what I'm trying to show you here, the price or the value of 100 million Zen is going to increase. So we'll look into that. So that's one. Second thing is, I'm also going to show you that if you have 100 million Zen in your pocket, right, as we launch, as the XenDoge gets launched, how the price of that will vary or fluctuate or appreciate in value. Okay, so value of 100 million Zen on day zero, which is prior to the launch of XenDoge, is would be around $600, assuming that the price of Zen at that on day zero is 0.506, assuming that, and supply is around 10.5 trillion, right? Then you will have the value of 100 million Zen, which is in your pocket or on your MetaMask. The value of that would be around $600, right? So let me mention here USD, value of 100 million Zen in USD. Okay, so that's the day zero, right? Now let's move into the tier. So tier one, 0 to 15% of the supply, right? So 500 billion tokens will be burned. There'll be a maddening rush on tier 1. That is, a lot of people will, especially Zenians, would like to burn in the tier 1, because as I said, the bonus is 1500%, right? So if you can see here, based on the bonus, right, if you burn 1 million Zen tokens, this is what you're going to get, right? For the tier 1, I mentioned 16,000, for tier 2 11,000, and so on and so forth. On tier 13, there is no bonus, so you basically get, for 1 million Zen burn, you'll get 1,000 Zen Doge. Okay, so this is just for your information. I just wanted to keep this so that you, anybody who's trying to mint Zen Doge would know exactly how many tokens they're going to get. Okay, so on tier 1, which would be day 1, I would say, I don't know, tier 1 probably would last not even entire day 1. It could be just a few hours, within which these 500 billion Zen could be burned, right? So as we burn it, the remaining supply, which is from 10.5 trillion, you subtract 500 billion, so you will get 10 trillion, right? So assuming that we retain the 63 million market cap, your price of Zen would move to 0.5063. So it will move from 0.506 to 63. Okay, and your 100 million Zen that you have in your MetaMask or in your pocket, the price, the value of that would appreciate from $600 to 630. Okay, which is on tier 1. As I said, this does not mean day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, because as I said, tier 1 could get finished within a few hours. It could be 2 hours or 3 hours, or it could take even a half a day. I don't know, but there would be a maddening rush. I am surely going to mint XenDoge. So there are a lot of people who are in the line. So I am not expecting tier 1 to last for 2 hours. It could get completed within an hour. Also, important thing to note is that because there will be a lot of competition to mint using in the tier 1 or tier 2 bucket, the gas prices could be very high. Ethereum. So if you are trying to mint, you have to balance between the gas prices versus what is the bonus you're going to get, right? So I would be little watchful. I would be watching how the gas prices are going up or it's going coming down. I would be little careful there. And as I said, this is going to be my strategy. You don't have to follow my strategy. You can figure out what is going to be your strategy. What do you think? Are you going to lose out a big on the bonus if you don't mint it within tier 1? That's the call that you have to take, right? This is not a financial advice. I told you in the beginning of the video. This is the way I look at it. This is the way I'm going to do it, right? So this is how is going to price is going to appreciate to 630. Tier 2, again, 454 billion tokens are going to get burned. Remaining supply would be around 9.545 billion, sorry, 9.545 trillion. And your price, Zen price would move to 0.5066, based on, as I said, based on the fact that it retains the market cap of 63 million, right? And based on that, your value of 100 million Zen, which you have in MetaMask, will grow to 660. So if you follow this, I mean, this is self-explanatory. This is the tier 3 number of Zen is going to get burned. What will be the remaining supply? And that will push the price even further up to 70, and your value would grow to 706. Okay, my thought process is that this will not go on till tier 13. Okay, I believe somewhere between tier 5 and tier 7 it will stabilize. What I mean by stabilizing is that the amount of Zen that is going to get burnt, right, and the amount of Zen, new Zen supply, right, it will somehow it will get balanced out. So coming to tier 6 or tier 5 or tier 6 or tier 7, you may not I mean, the point is that you may not go from tier 6 to tier 7 in a day. It could be a prolonged process, similar to what is probably happened to Phoenix, right? Not everything, not all the Polygon Zen got burnt, right? It went over 4 trillion, but now it is burning at a very slower pace. So that's what even I'm thinking, between tier 5 and tier 7 it will stabilize somewhere around this. If it goes to tier 7, you are burning 70% of the supply. Okay, which is going to have a major impact on the Zen price. Okay, as I said, these are all very conservative price, right? So if you look at here, tier 6, that's when, based on this analysis, your Zen price goes beyond 1. What I mean by 1 is that 0.401. So tier 5, it is still at 0.5092, right? Earlier, I think it went up to 0.5095 in the previous run that we had. I think 2 to 3 weeks back, 2 weeks back, I would say, or rather, it was 1 to 2 weeks around that time frame. So it went up to 95, but this time, it probably, my guess is it's going to cross 1. Okay, and it will probably settle down for some time between 0.0001 to 0.00012, and then I am thinking loud that it it may stabilize there for some period of time, but it will not stay there. It will come down. Okay, and I'll give you the rationale for that, why it would come down back to, it may not come down to this level, 506, but it may settle down between, say, around 7, that is 0.507 to 0.508 or 9. Okay, somewhere around that, and I will tell you the reason why I'm saying that. But before that, so point is, if any of you are planning to sell Zen uh, in this rally, probably you can wait around tier 5 or tier 6. Okay, and the information about the tier, you should be able to get it on XenDoge website, based on the bonus. I think they would be displaying that how much bonus, current bonus is. So based on that, you can determine, okay, which tier or how many Zen have been burned so far. So that will also be displayed here. So this is a very data driven website, and this is a very data driven, you can say, game theory, and it's very interesting, right? So based on this, you would know exactly how many Zen has been burned and where do we stand. And you can also track the rate of burn of Zen, right? Is it initially tier 1, tier 2, it may get burned within hours, right? But as you move from tier 2 to tier 3, it may take a day or 2 days to burn. Maybe from tier 3 to 4, it may take 3 days or 4 days to burn, and so on and so forth. So once you see that there is a some sort of a stabilization is happening, that's the moment, that's the point at which you should, if you're planning to sell Zen, you should be able to sell, because then the Zen is going to retrace back. And as I said, it may retrace back between 0.70, sorry, 0.000007 to 0.000009, right? Now, why should it retrace? Okay, so let me give you my argument, and then you may have your own idea, but you can put that in the comment section, and then that would be interesting to know what are your thoughts also. So my idea is that, see, Zen Doge is kind of a it's a meme coin, but it's a derivative of Zen tokens, right? So Zen ecosystem is centered around Zen tokens, which has an intrinsic value. What is that value? That value is getting derived from the community, right? So whatever community that we have built, let's say we have 100k 100,000 people, that's what gives the value to this token, right? So now when you are burning that to get Zen Doge, I'm assuming that the same community, until unless you have new users coming in, right? The same community of people are going to convert burn Zen to get Zen Doge. So you are not creating some additional value. Okay, there could be additional value in terms of the meme values, the way the market perceives in the current ecosystem where meme coins are exploding, right? So we can talk about it, but as I said, for this video I'm taking a very conservative approach, right? So there is no additional value is getting created. So if let's say you have a 60 million worth market cap of Zen, you are taking out 20 million out of it, right? So it should be 60 million equals to 40 million of Zen ecosystem plus 20 million of Zen Doge, in a very mathematical sense, right? But as I said, one plus one is never two. Some people say it, right? It creates an additional value, right? So it becomes three, right? So in that sense, I would say yes. The entire value of Zen plus Zen Doge is going to increase from 63 million market cap to somewhere around maybe 80 million or 90 million, I don't know, or 100 million. Okay, but it will not be like a Zendoge gets created additionally, and that will that plus 63. So we don't know. So my point is that Zen will not stay at its peak price. When it stabilizes, it will retrace back to till 7, between 7 and 9. Okay, because you have taken out some value out of Zen system to create a Zen Doge, right? And that value is basically the amount of Zen that you have burned. Okay, so that's my argument. You may have your own argument, or may you have your own justifications. You can share that in the comment. But this is how I think between tier 5 and tier 7, the Zen Doge mint is going to stabilize. This will definitely reduce to the Zen supply to around 6 trillion. That's my assumption, or that's what I'm thinking of. But as we get additional Zen through minting process over a period of time, this will increase until and unless you have another launch similar to Zen Doge. X1 is coming, right? So X1 will burn. But again, if you go to OpenSea and go through all the Zen FT, if you just talk about Centurion, and probably I'll have another video to cover that. Or till next year July, you are going to get approximately 30 trillion Zen tokens just based on Centurions. Okay, so there is a lot of mint going to get matured, and the supply is going to increase in the future. So this 6 trillion is not going to remain as 6 trillion. Of course, you need to have a plethora of burning mechanisms, new ecosystems, games, launchpad, and new tokens coming on top of Zen to make sure that this supply keep on getting reduced, to to ensure that your price of the Zen goes up in the future. Of course, there is an entire ecosystem, which is the entire cryptocurrency market, that will also drive the market price of Zen, and of course other coins also, like Phoenix or Zen Doge, or X1, which is going to come, Xen token, which is going to come in the future. So that's definitely a point. But within a given static market, how the prices are going to play out, I wanted to cover that. So I hope that this video was useful and you gained something out of it. I would be covering more such videos, especially based on solid data, because I don't talk things in air. Because if you know the data, you can guess the price, right? So it's very data driven channel. I will be coming up with a new video based upon, especially on DBZen. I want to give a price prediction for the DBZen, and also in the future about Zendoge. What would be the price. And this is quite a volatile ecosystem Zen, I've seen the prices going up and down very drastically. So if you're holding and if you're minting, you can make a very good buck in this system. So that's another video. That's a another topic for another video. So let me not get into that. So I would like to conclude the video here. If you have, if you like the video and if you like the content, and if you like me to, keep creating such content, especially for the Zen ecosystem, because my focus is more around Zen. I may come up with some video around Hex and Pulse Chain and Pulse X, because that's another ecosystem which I'm very much interested. Otherwise, all the meme coins that you have in the market, or all the other tokens except Bitcoin and Ethereum, I'm not interested in any other cryptocurrency. I am having holdings on other cryptocurrency, but at this point of time, I want to focus on four coins, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Hex ecosystem, and Zen ecosystem. Okay, so that's my focus area. So I'll be coming out more videos around this. Okay, especially based on the data. So please subscribe so that you will get notification about new video as and when they come, and I would be more motivated and enthused to come up with such video. So thank you.